in 67 seconds, starring Emmanuel Sanders and Peyton Manning, in last night's 18-17 preseason game number 3 loss to the Houston Texans. There were some fireworks in the last 67 seconds of the first half. Peyton Manning and Sanders hooked up for 2 touchdowns in that short time frame. So forget about Nicolas Cage. Explosives were going off on all over the place surrounding these 2 plays. The first of which was a 67-yard touchdown pass caught by Sanders, an over-the-top type throw thrown by Manning, who says he doesn't throw the deep ball. But it was on the second play where this storyline, this movie, gone in 67 seconds, really got interesting. The plot thickened, if you will. As Emmanuel Sanders was crossing the goal line for the second touchdown, Peyton Manning charged down the field, but not to celebrate like Brett Favre. He checked into a phone booth as the mild-mannered Clark Kent and came out a fiery, feisty Superman, a Peyton Manning we haven't seen before. He runs up to Houston Texans defensive back who got beat on the play, DJ Swearinger, and got in his face, drawing a taunting penalty. Of all things, Peyton Manning getting a taunting penalty. 15 yards on the ensuing kickoff, if you will. Now, there was a reason for this. Earlier in the movie, or the football game, Peyton Manning threw a ball to Wes Welker, who took a very high hit from DJ Swearinger. Now, Swearinger insists that he led with the shoulder, and you have to have some sympathy to his argument because of the fact that Wes Welker is shorter than him, so sometimes you're really not trying to hit a guy high, it's just a matter of semantics. However, the league is going to throw that penalty to protect the players. I think Peyton Manning, after the game, would say cooler heads would prevail, and it was just the heat of the moment. But it was something to behold. The question is, will Eli follow in his brother's footsteps? After Peyton won the Super Bowl, Eli won the Super Bowl. When Peyton played football as a youngster, so did Eli. So will we see Eli Manning get in the face of defensive backs who play the New York Giants? Will the Mannings make Des Bryant look like Barry Sanders after touchdowns? That remains to be seen in this coming blockbuster of an NFL football season, which is about to get underway in just 2 short weeks. Elsewhere in the NFL, Johnny Football scored a touchdown inside the red zone in typical Texas A&M style. He acted like he was going to throw the football on his way to running up the middle and diving into the end zone. He, of course, made his famous money sign, which would possibly later come back to haunt him later in the game, because Michael Sam sacked the little feisty Johnny Football and made the money side as a retribution. It was kind of funny, if you will, a little sense of humor by Michael Sam, the on-the-bubble linebacker who now may make the team in St. Louis. However, St. Louis has some other problems. Their quarterback, Sam Bradford, who missed much of last season with an ACL tear, appeared to re-injure that same knee. An MRI will be done today. Now, sometimes these reoccurrences are psychosomatic. The player's coming back, he has it in his mind. Just the other night, Jeremy Maclin was writhing in pain, clutching the same knee that he hurt last year. However, he came back in the game and caught a pass 2 plays later. So we'll see what happens with Bradford. The defense in St. Louis is looking really stout, so it would be a shame if they don't have their starting quarterback. So there you have it. The Denver Broncos go down 18-17 to the Texans, but we're gone in 67 seconds with 2 touchdowns. Emmanuel Sanders hooking up on a 67-yard touchdown pass.